Hey guys, it's OKB. Okay, so Jinpachi has breakthroughs now with skill trial. He's been given out for free in 3 vs 3 arena. His fragments are. You probably already have him 3 stars. Alright, so like 6 of them per day if you're consistent. You probably already have him 3 stars from recruitment from seal scrolls, because Great Ninja Treasure is the one you should usually draw in, and you should probably have Jinpachi by now. Unless you're super new, then that's a little bit difficult. But also, he's also new in Mokubu Trials, collect its fragments. It's 100 fragments in total, so you should probably just be able to get 3 stars from the Seal Scrolls, 100 fragments to 4 stars from Mokubu Trials, and also 3 vs 3 Arena has extra fragments for your breakthroughs. So it's a big deal, and all 5 of the abilities that are broken through are better than usual, okay? And that's... But by better, I mean every single one of them is useful, not just helpful. I mean like actually useful. Like if you, it could change the battle. Each one of those abilities could change the battle. But there is one in particular that is the best. Okay, but first, if you guys want, so I just called the stream onto Discord. If you guys want to, I just do flash streams. So if you guys want to do if you guys want to be notified of the streams, you can ask for the stream role on Discord. If you're not in Discord, you can look in the description of this video. There should be a link to this Discord. And then, yeah, you can ask for the stream role, and then I'll notify you when I'm doing small streams. I will notify you, I will notify everyone in the Discord when I'm doing big streams. All right, I just called one. You guys can just hop in if you want. But yeah, I just do my recordings through Discord often. And if people want to see, they see. If they don't, they don't. Okay, so Jinpachi. Oh, that's right. One last thing about Jinpachi. He has, let's see, in Sun Scrolls. All right, yeah. Jinpachi is in the survival trial shop, except you have to use Sun Scrolls. So that, I'm not sure if it's worth it or not. I mean, you can just keep on getting a lot of his fragments for free, but you could get him with Sun Scrolls if you really want to. He's actually a decent ninja, possibly a meta for Edo Zabuza. Or, I mean, I think his abilities are really suited for the swordsman, the Edo Tensei swordsman, which, you know, some of them don't have breakthroughs yet. So, I mean, especially like the old metas with like Kushimaru, I think, or hold on, Kushimaru, Karairi, or something like that. He will have breakthroughs probably. And we'll see how good his breakthroughs are. So Jinpachi will be a great support for this guy. Also, pretty much just any swordsman that is Edo Tensei. It's usually the hit and missed ninjas, because those are the ones from Great Ninja War. But also, I think Tobirama is also helped here because he's Edo Tobirama. Edo Tensei Tobirama with a sword. There might be some other, I don't know, Madara. I mean, Edo Madara doesn't have a sword. I mean, he should, but he doesn't have like the sword tag, so he doesn't count as a swordsman here, which is too bad. But you can still use it with Edo Madara. There is still some stuff. Okay, I'm gonna go over all the abilities, and then we're gonna go over to well, I guess I'll go over the abilities, make some teams. I already made some teams that I'll show you guys, ideas that you guys can think of, and then we'll go through arena for a couple teams. I'll try to get some good fights. And that should be it. Hopefully I'll be able to find something with Sage. Most likely right now it's just gonna be Edo Zabuza with Jinin with Jinpachi, and then possibly like Edo Itachi. Probably Edo Itachi just for the control. And you could probably throw in like Lightning Main, and so it'd be like a super anti 6-pass Naruto thing. But yeah. That's probably a fair team you can throw in with. But in terms of free-to-play, probably like Edo Sasori. Sasori... What else is there? Nagato? There's not... Like, I looked through his abilities, and it sounded like there was going to be a lot. But a lot of it has to do with Swordsman or Edo Tensei at the same time, which there's only so many of them so far. Okay, let's go over his abilities right now. Oh yeah, before... if you guys want to support us, watch with the Brave browser. It's free. It Adblocks. And then you just turn on auto contribute on there. Okay, let's go over the abilities each. So even without his breakthroughs, he was decent. Like he removes a debuff and gives 2 Edo Tensei units an extra standard attack, which is okay. He also had this mystery that his normal mystery just consumes 1 technique point, doesn't cost chakra. You can use it in round 1, 2, and 3. But after that, you can't use it anymore unless you get a technique point. So technique points are just another system, and you don't really start off. Well, okay, Jinpachi starts off with 3 technique points normally. All right, and then he has for each technique point he has 30%, 40% increase in defense. So up to you start off with 120% defense, and if you don't use the mystery, he will still have 120% defense. Okay, and then if you do use the mystery, use the technique point, his defense goes down by 40%, but you hit everyone in the team with fire damage and ignition. 0 chakra, you can use it right away. And so with 3 technique points, you can use it 3 times in the battle, right? For the standard attack, it was just repulse. For the chase, it was knockdown repulse, so causing repulse a lot. And also ignition, you can do this 2 times around. And then he has a passive, so in the first action of every round, before he uses a standard attack or mystery, 2 Edo Tensei units will have 1 debuff cancelled and an extra standard attack. That was a pretty good ability, and then you start out with 3 technique points. So that's the normal Jinpachi. Now, with the mystery breakthroughs and also the skill trials. So it doesn't actually say what the heck this is. First of all, the +1 says force instability, and then the +2 means force dissipation. I have no idea what the difference is, but probably just go for the better one. Force dissipation lowers standard attack damage by 30% for the round. So if you have somebody who attacks a lot of times, Susanoo Shisui or Six Pass Naruto, if you hit them with force dissipation, they will their standard attacks will be weaker. Right, and then energy dissipation works on mystery. The problem with this is that Jinpachi is usually Jinpachi is a support, and so chances are your opponent will probably use the mystery before you can even hit them with his ability. So that's a bit of a problem. There might be exceptions, but it feels like a big problem here. So I would probably go with the +2, right, force dissipation. And then if you guys want to see over here, if I click on, they call it discharge force, and then you guys can see, drag him here. Alright, so that's exactly what it says. Discharge force on the right. Under this effect, ninja's standard attack damage will be decreased by 30%. Cannot be removed. Lasts for 1 round. Alright, 30% is decent, but it's not complete. Probably throw something like Howling Kimimaro and then use discharge force to absolutely decimate the standard attack damage from like Susanoo Shisui or something. But other than that, it's just okay. It's decent enough. See, this is why I like Edo Zabuza, because Edo Zabuza has this. I mean, Edo Zabuza is the main guy to use this with, because he's actually a meta. But yeah, he has this standard attack ability that, let's see, this one. Okay, so when your lineup uses a mystery, you will get an extra standard attack. So if you use this, and then you throw Edo Zabuza in here, and then Jinpachi will give him an extra standard attack again. And then, let's see. Okay, so if Jinpachi uses his mystery, Edo Zabuza gets an extra standard attack. Jinpachi will remove all the dodge from people if they have a dodge. And that just gives them an extra hit, really. So that's one of the reasons. And of course, you use Lightning Main with Root of Warrior to like, yeah, basically, yeah, Root of Warrior to give everybody enough resistance to everything. That's not to mention that Jinpachi will also have his defense with his technique points. And then Edo Zabuza doesn't have defensive skills. I mean, a pretty typical team will probably be something like this with Edo Itachi with breakthroughs, hopefully. You don't have to. But it's blocking the 6-pass Naruto abilities. It also gives status reflect. And since these guys are immune to status, it'll be helpful. Also, a lot of the ninja that I see a lot of is still Akatsuki Creation Kakuzu. Kakuzu will remove all buffs, which is actually pretty useful here. And so, but usually it's position 4, and so you want to time it so that your Edo Itachi hits Kakuzu. There's no 100% chance. They might do it too fast for you, but Edo Itachi can at least just kind of block it. All right. I think Itachi, if you have his breakthroughs, each time this, okay. Yeah, okay. The Y skill, cause dream, dispel debuffs. Every time this skill is used, okay, that unit will have the mystery chakra increased by 20. And so if your opponent doesn't have 40 chakra from like Toshin Shiraiya or something, you might be able to hit this on Akatsuki Creation Kakuzu and stop him from removing all your buffs at least in round 1, if the other side does not have enough chakra. So you have a chance of interruption, and you have a chance of making sure he does not use Akatsuki Creation Kakuzu in round 1, if you hit with Edo Itachi's breakthroughs. And I'm going to probably use that team in Sage and see how this goes. All right, and because he's Edo Tensei. Okay, I need to go to the other abilities that he has here. because I can't talk more if I don't mention that. But yeah, energy dissipation is basically mystery, just decreasing mystery damage by 30%. 30% is actually not that much, especially for the risk. So yeah, +2 for sure for the standard attack people. Okay, standard attack. So normally it's a repulse with a +1. It's a 40% damage increase. Good in arena. +2, 40% damage increase. High chance of repulse. Okay, that's good for combos. And reducing that unit's resistance by 40%. So maybe you don't use your mystery until Jinpachi hits with the standard attack. Problem is that sometimes, like, it could hit your opponent's position 1 or it could hit someone else. It's random, so you can't really control it too much. But 40% is decent, and you could wait until you hit that 40%. It's not stackable, all right, and it only lasts until the end of the round. So you gotta make sure he's not controlled, and he probably will be controlled or be the aim of control by your opponent. So shouldn't expect too much out of the standard attack. It's also one of the reasons, while it's a good standard attack, I don't expect too much out of it. Now the Y skill is also 40% damage increase, but it reduces the guy in the front row's resistance by 10% when you hit him, but it's stackable, so you could probably throw in Gamakiri with him. I mean, like, if you're... The only reason... Oh, wait, hold on. 10%. Okay, yeah, the 10% lasts. So it doesn't last until the end of the round. It lasts for the entire battle. So it kind of makes sense there. It's starting to make sense here. While helpful, and it is actually helpful. It's not just another slightly better standard attack. It's actually helpful to reduce resistance here. But yeah, that's decent. But it's also not the best ability out of here. I still consider the standard attack maybe slightly better than a mystery and standard attack are probably on the same level, to be honest. Okay, the chase is knockdown repulse normally 2 times. With the +1 is 3 times. With the +2, it's 3 times. And if the guy's suffering from ignition, you deal more damage. That's not that much better, but I guess in arena, if you're hitting 3 times with the chase, it is actually kind of better. It's helpful. Ignition. Okay, the Y skill is probably the better one, though. It's knockdown repulse, irremovable ignition, which neglects immunity for 1 round. I actually consider this better than the other 2, maybe. It's situational, but maybe the chase is slightly better than the other 2 mystery abilities, because they're situational, and you have to, like, if you fight another Edo Madara, this is not going to help, right? The mystery's not going to help in a lot. All right, and your opponent probably use Edo Madara right away. Or unless your opponent uses Edo Madara in round 1, and then they have to wait to be hit in round 2. So you could probably use the Y skill to stop your opponent's Edo Madara from doing a lot of damage. I guess that is kind of useful. So maybe I'm putting... Yeah, okay, it's situational. It could work. Even the Y skill here, that lowers mystery damage by 30%, could work against Edo Madara. Against X-Pass Naruto... Okay, possibly if they mystery in round 1. So I guess this could be useful somehow, some way. It's hard to say. I guess if you use this with Edo Itachi and you're fighting against Six-Pass Naruto, Six-Pass Naruto will have 3 standard attacks, but Edo Itachi will block by 50%, and then Jinpachi will block the mystery damage in round 1 by Six-Pass Naruto. I guess that could work for the Y skill. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the chase, I actually like this. Knockdown repulse, irremovable ignition that neglects immunity, so just stopping them from healing. It's a good one. They're all on the same level. All decent, but they're not the best quite yet. Okay, let's go to the passive now. Before every action, 2 Edo Tensei will have 1 debuff canceled and extra standard attack. The +1 gives 3 Edo Tensei 1 debuff canceled and extra standard attack, and the +2 gives 3 a debuff canceled, an extra standard attack, and critical rate increased by 30% at the beginning of the round. So keep in mind, +1 is before every action, +2 is in the beginning of the round, which is different. Which means you can't use your mystery and then activate this ability using your mystery. This only happens at the beginning of the round, which is, it's kind of like removing all the debuffs that happen in the previous round. It's a little bit different. I almost sometimes prefer the +1, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, your critical rate increased by 30% will be good defense and offense at the same time. So that's pretty good right there. All right, the Y skill instead is at the beginning of every round. Edo Tensei units will have their debuffs canceled. which is, okay, more than one. It's just all debuffs canceled. However, if the unit affects a swordsman, so it has to be Edo Tensei Ed swordsman, then their mystery skill will be unavoidable in that round. So I guess he can. The main thing is probably using his mystery. Yeah, his mystery, just activate his mystery and lower their mystery or standing attack damage, and just hit through dodge on everyone. That could work. That's probably what. Yeah, that's if you really want to land that mystery and lower their standing attack or mystery damage by 30%. Then I guess that's what you need to do. Yeah, I could see that being useful. There's a lot of combinations here, so I can't go through every single one of them, but. I do like the extra standing attack and critical rate increase. You could probably throw this in with Edo Madara and it'd be pretty good. Throw him in with Edo Madara. Use Edo Tensei. He might get suppressed immunity. You don't let's go to the bottom ability because I have to talk about this before I talk about Edo Madara too. So the bottom ability is 3 technique points. Maximum increases defense by 40% for each one. So he starts off with 120% defense. Now the +1 gives him an extra 10% resistance. So that's 30% at 3 technique points. And the +2 gives him 20% per technique point. So that's 60% resistance and 120% defense. If you throw that in with the lightning main root, that becomes 160% resistance. And he's just hard to kill even though he's not stacked. So we like that. And we also like the critical rate increase. So your opponent won't be hitting so many critical hits on you, right? With the standard attacks. Yeah, this is like with Edo Zabuza, Edo Itachi, this is so gonna kill all these 6 best Naruto teams. Yeah, even against Edo Madara, it might be. Yeah, even against Edo Madara, it's Yeah, I might try this Y skill to lower the mystery damage on my opponent's Edo Madara. Just right away, and then I'll increase my critical hit. I'll increase the. Well, I guess I'll lower my own defensive resistance by using this mystery, but we'll still have 80% defense and 40% resistance. And then Edo Madara just won't be able to do much with his mystery. So yeah, a whole bunch of stuff here. Also, you're causing ignition to everybody. So if your opponent has Edo Itachi breakthroughs, everybody's status reflect will just be destroyed, right? And it's only ignition, and you're immune to status. So good work. Both ways. All right, the Y skill is no technique points, but you, when he's defeated, revive at 50%, which I guess is helpful if... I actually don't know. Is there anything... at the beginning of a round, increase critical rate and extra standard attack, so I guess it's a little bit like Edo Sasori running around, except Edo Sasori... Yeah, a little bit like Edo Sasori's buff, since this happens at the beginning of the round. So... it's like a pop-up. It's like what Edo Minato used to be with his barrier. Actually, you could probably use this with Edo Minato's barrier. So just have like somebody in round position 1 that's powerful, and then have Minato come back every 2 rounds, have Jinpachi come back every 2 rounds, and increase your critical rates, get an extra standard attack, have all debuffs removed. Yeah, I guess that's going to be a combination with this +2 passive. All right, the number 1 ability I'm considering getting first, because I don't have enough... protection vials for all 5. Probably don't, unless I'm really lucky. But the number 1 ability here is going to be the 3 Edo Tensei units with extra standard attack and critical rate increase. That critical rate increase sold me. Pretty much just sold me. Also, the extra standard attack is helpful for Edo Zabuza and probably Amiri Ringo if you wanted that. I almost want the bottom passive next, but I think any of them would do well for me. If I get a gold here, I'm gonna get a gold on this passive, and then I'll accept any other gold after that. I think standard attack is probably the lowest. Yeah, it's probably the lowest priority because I'm using this with Edo Zabuza, and Edo Zabuza uses Taijutsu. So yeah, okay, I won't do the standard attack. So passive, mystery, or actually, you know what? Probably number 1 is the passive, the first passive. Number 2 is probably the bottom passive for that defense, extra defense. Maybe not, though. I would accept the chase as well, or the mystery. So, okay, yeah. Number 1 is going to be the passive. Number 2 is going to be any of the other things, and except for the standard attack, and standard attack is last. That's going to be my order for this, but all of them are useful. All of them are good. Okay.
lights they flicker and the candles glitter like you're in a thriller. Heart goes pum pum pum. Ghostly figures they can get so bitter. Show you want to enter, you can turn back now. You don't know where I've been. What's going on inside? Where the monsters like to come alive, come alive. Do you really wanna know me? I'm really not that cozy. It's up to you, so you decide, you decide. Could you love me up my words till the coffin's in the dirt? Try to break me like a curse, you know that will never work. I'm a little bit absurd, I like dancing on the verge. Anyone can love a pretty little mansion, but could you love a haunted, haunted house? Or could you love me now? A haunted, haunted, I'm a haunted house. A haunted, haunted house. If you'll just check it out. A haunted, haunted, I'm a haunted house. Broken windows and a warning scribbled on my wall saying that you better turn around. Wouldn't be the first to try to burn me down. Your move, you do. Could you love me up my words till the coffin's in the dirt? Try to break me like a curse, you know that will never work. I'm a little bit absurd, I like dancing on the verge. Anyone can love a pretty little mansion, but could you love a haunted, haunted house? Or could you love me now? A haunted, haunted, I'm a haunted house. A haunted, haunted house. If you'll just check it out. A haunted, haunted, I'm a haunted house. Could you love a haunted, haunted house? Or could you love me now? A haunted, haunted, I'm a haunted house. A haunted, haunted house. If you're just taking side. A haunted, haunted, I'm a haunted house. Words till the coffin's in the dirt. Anyone can love a pretty little mansion.
Alright guys, so I got two decent. I got the one I wanted the most. It took me a while. I literally got every single breakthrough that I wanted. Didn't want, or I wanted all of them. Okay, I got every single breakthrough that was not the best on Jinpachi. I even got the mystery gold twice before I actually finally got this, because this is the 3 Edo Tensei units. It's actually pretty useful because of Edo Itachi. Right, extra standard attack, critical rate increase. That's I think I consider the critical rate increase very important. All right, it's beyond any other free to play ninja support that I've seen. Like when I say free to play, I mean like 0 coupon cost one. Technically not really, because you still use protection vials, but yeah, you could just use sun scrolls for this instead of coupons. So okay, so we got the mystery 2. That's okay, and then the slight increase in resistance, which is kind of helpful. I ran out of protection vials, but that should be good enough. This knockdown repulse chase that could cause irremovable ignition though. I kind of missed that, but okay. We're gonna make some. We're gonna look at some teams now because I made some teams earlier. Let's go over to. Let's see. All right, so first of all, we thought about using Edo Hanzo, right? And that could work. Just like a swordsman, Edo Hanzo, Jinpachi, and then some other Edo Tensei. Could be Edo Maro. Just increases resistance, remove all debuffs and stuff. I think we should probably just use Ringo here. And Ringo's mystery, you can make him undodgeable with Jinpachi's breakthroughs, which is okay. And then Edo Sasori is like a ninja. You could put Edo Itachi, Edo Sasori, whatever it is. Now, okay, Edo Madara is pretty standard. This could work. I know Edo Madara often is used with Edo Nagato, but Jinpachi could work here with the extra standing attack. You're hitting 2 times. And also the revival part is actually not too bad here if you're using it with, again, 6 Pass Naruto, or maybe just another Edo Madara. If the other Edo Madara is using a +2 and can't aim, then I guess Jinpachi will help, and Jinpachi will be able to remove debuffs, I think, right? So that'll be nice. Okay, Edo Itachi over here, just remove status reflex and stuff. Okay, Edo Sasori is a possible. How should I say this? I mean, he's free to play. Let's just put it that way. And I guess there's like a 2 revival thing, so Jinpachi and Edo Sasori will both be able to revive, and Edo Sasori will be able to give everyone a critical rate increase, and Edo Sasori will give everyone shields, so maybe they won't die in one hit from your opponent. Gengetsu, I mean, keep in mind his Jinpachi does give extra standard attacks to Edo Tensei units, so it doesn't have to be swordsman. And Gengetsu he thrives off of extra standard attacks, so that could help. Nagato's double heal, suppress immunity, chaos thing could also work there, So that's helpful here. Repulse, knockdown, repulse, perfect chase. That's a team you guys can think of. And then Edo Zabuza. This one I will probably be the one I'm using, but also probably with Edo Madara. We're gonna see which one looks better, sounds better, is better. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Probably like Edo Itachi, Edo Madara, or Jinpachi, but possibly also another swordsman if it really helps. Edo swordsman, I'm not really sure if there's a good other support Edo swordsman for Edo Madara, except for Greater George Maru, so it's hard to say which one's which. Okay, you could use, so yeah, I forget sometimes that you can use Edo Madara as a support, but you could, and, Edo Zabuza, Jinin, Edo Madara as a support, 30% decrease in damage, and also what is it, ninjutsu damage, so 6-pass Naruto will have a hard time killing him, and he also has a very good chase, so low repulse, let's see, repulse, knockdown, repulse, okay, maybe not a perfect chase, but you do cause knockdown, and you could possibly activate Jinpachi's knockdown repulse, irremovable ignition chase. That could be helpful, right? Remember, Edo Zabuza could get extra standard attacks from using from your opponent, if you use a standard attack, if you use a mystery, you could give Edo Zabuza an extra standard attack. That could work, and then you could also use this with Edo Madara. If you use Edo Madara's 30% decrease chase, you won't be able to use it in round 1. But if you do use the other one, then you could probably use Edo Madara's chase in round 2. And then I guess for the extra chakra that you need, I guess you could get it from Lightning Main if it all works out. Of course, you can get controlled, so they could probably control your Lightning Main here, but that's okay because Jinin over here will be giving extra standard attacks over here, so it's decent. Probably also throw in Mangetsu here for extra technique points, I suppose. So there'll be 4 Edo Tensei units, but chances are you're just gonna the extra standard attack and debuff removal will hit Edo Zabuza, and also Edo Zabuza needs an extra technique point to use his 50% increase in damage mystery, and then you can get an extra standard attack using Jinpachi, because you don't get a lot of standard attacks if you use that mystery. So that's there's a lot of things you can do with Zabuza, like on and off around here. Okay, and then we also have, I did this for fun, but Amaterasu here, I think, let's see, gotta remember that ability with that Chinese Itachi, right? So Amaterasu, whenever units suffering from Amaterasu causes damage, decrease their attack and ninjutsu. Whenever they take damage, reduce their defense and resistance. So Jinpachi will, his mystery will get an extra hit. And it'll lower their attack and ninjutsu, or not attack and ninjutsu. It'll lower their damage dealt from your standard attack or mystery by 30%. And then you add in Chinese Itachi, Amaterasu, extra help. But also you could probably cause fear. Okay, so let's see. Knockdown, high, chase, repulse, cause slow. Okay, so one of the combos that they have. This is chasing high or repulse, cause low. And Zabuza will chase low, cause repulse, and then this guy will repulse low, low repulse, low repulse. So perfect chases, but also if you cause if for some reason you cause knockdown, Jinpachi will also be able to cause repulse, which will activate Chinese Itachi's mystery, which can cause fear, and that'll stop the standing attacks. And if you use Jinpachi, the Y skill will decrease the mystery damage. So it's a bit of a fun thing I thought with Itachi that you could probably try out. I don't know if it's the best thing, but Itachi also uses technique points, which is interesting. I guess the only one that actually gives technique points to other people right now is Mangetsu. So I'm going to look forward to Mangetsu's breakthroughs in the future. Hopefully there's breakthroughs in the future. There probably are. They're going to run out of stuff, and they're going to always find this kind of stuff. So Mangetsu should and probably will have breakthroughs in the future. And I'm looking forward to, maybe they'll give 2 technique points, and then Jinpachi can just continue to use his thing, or they can give it to Edo Zabuza, and Jinpachi will be able to buff them all up. All right, there's a lot of future stuff that you guys can think of. Not to mention that Jinin over here, even without his breakthroughs, can go up to 4 technique points. Attack ninjutsu increased by 60% for each technique point. That's 240, and this is without 240% attack ninjutsu, and this is without breakthroughs. So we're gonna look forward to this guy's breakthroughs. I'm really looking forward to this guy. However, he hits more like one person at a time, so a little bit of an assassin. But if you kill your opponent's position 1 with Jinin, I'm going to look forward to this combination over here. But yeah, at the moment, Ringo does have breakthroughs, and she is decent, but she is pure ninjutsu, which may or may not be great. But it does work well with the resistance that Jinin does with the standard attack. So he reduces resistance with the standard attack, and he has a extra standard attack every round. So that's 20% maybe up to the front row, and then Ringo will be able to hit with pure ninjutsu. So that's a lot of extra damage right from there. But yeah, I'm definitely do Ringo, but Zabuza is probably still the best here. Okay, the standard attack won't help too much because it's lowering resistance, but the extra standard attack and the critical rate will help Edo Zabuza. Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to kind of show with this team. And okay, that's all right. So for people who want an absolutely zero cost team, Rin is over here. She's been given out for free here and there, 4 stars. Just lower, resistance against, like, just round 1, 6-pass Naruto or something. Rin will probably get killed fairly easily, but at least not from the mystery, so maybe it'll last till round 2, and then the resistance from Lightning Main will hold you over against 6-pass Naruto in round 1. It'll be somewhat helpful against Edo Madara. I mean, Rin will be helpful against Edo Madara, so yeah. That's a very zero-cost team that you guys can try out first. Okay, another one of the things I want to mention is going to be third Raikage here. Remember, Jinin gives extra standard attacks to Edo Tensei units, up to 3. So Greninja Orochimaru could be one. Now, he does summon an Edo Tensei unit, and then that'll be like 3 people. But you also have third Raikage, which first of all, third Raikage has attack, ninjutsu, and defense increase for every chakra that you have. Jinpachi does not use chakra, so that's a good thing, and then Lightning Main generates it. You don't have to use Greninja Orochimaru, you could use something else, but I just wanted to put that there to show that you could use Greninja Orochimaru with Jinpachi here. But a third Raikage here has his own chases and all that, and Jinpachi does remove 1 debuff, or all debuffs actually, if you really want that. So third Raikage, I mean, he was given for free too at some point. It was a while ago, but he was still free. So yeah, getting him to 4 stars, he'd be pretty strong. You can use it in ranked battles. Jinpachi, Raikage. Yeah, Raikage has a lot of cases there. Pretty helpful. Okay, and yeah, this is this is an add-on redo of this entire thing. Okay, I'm gonna do some arena, just to kind of test out some teams. I'll try to make it so that teams work out outside of arena as well. It probably will, but like Jinpachi is a free ninja, but I can guarantee that with Edo Zabuza, he'll be a pretty strong one. Good against some of the other metas, but I can't guarantee anything else, any other meta. I mean, we're going to try this with Edo Madara too, so yeah, we'll probably throw it in with Edo Madara, Root with Lightning Main, or maybe just Earth Main, and then Fire Main, Earth Main, and something else. Edo Itachi's always an option, but not everyone has it, so I'll figure it out. Yeah. Alright, look forward to the fights. Now let's get into it.
Up all night by myself, trying to think of ways to use your voice stuck in my brain. We never got to see it through. And I know I feel more pain if we're speaking truth. Cause when the daylight comes, I still lose. So will I feel it again? I just don't know. And I'm hoping I'll find a way to let go. So if you love me, how could you leave me so low? So will I feel it again? I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. Cause when the daylight comes, I still lose. So will I feel it again? I just don't know. And I'm hoping I'll find a way to let go. So if you love me, how could you leave me so low? So will I feel it again? I just don't know. I just don't know. Looking back at our time, hoping that we did it right. And give me any reason to call you up late at night. And we know it's for the best, I won't put up a fight. Cause when the daylight comes, I still lose. So will I feel it again? I just don't know. And I'm hoping I'll find a way to let go. So if you love me, how could you leave me so low? So will I feel it again? I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. Cause when the daylight comes, I still lose. So will I feel it again? I just don't know. And I'm hoping I'll find a way to let go. So if you love me, how could you leave me so low? So will I feel it again? I just don't know. I just don't know.